Let's talk about Magic Bands at Disney. What they are, how they're used, and what extra features do they actually give you? And are they even worth the money to purchase? Let's dive into all this and much more for everything you need to know about using Magic Bands at Disney. Hey Seekers, Tisha here with Seeking the Magic. There is actually a lot to the Magic Bands at Disney World. I get asked a lot of questions about them because, well, there's quite a bit to know about them. Let's dive into some of the pros and cons, features, and in and outs to the Disney Magic Bands that you need to know. So let's start from the beginning and cover the basics. What are Magic Bands at Disney? Magic Bands are wristbands that a lot of people use while at the Disney parks. There are several things that you can do with the Magic Bands. First, they act as your ticket into each of the Disney theme parks or water parks. They can also be used as a convenient way to access your on-property resort room. You can also pay for anything at any of the parks, resorts, or at Disney Springs with these bands. It's so convenient not having to carry around your wallet or your room key all day long. And it also means you don't have to worry about losing those things on any of the rides or attractions. It's also a fun accessory since you get to pick out your own theme or character, and your Magic Band can show your unique style. There are also some very useful features that these Magic Bands provide. Speaking of features, exactly what features does the Magic Band provide? Glad you asked! One feature, as I mentioned before, is that the band will act as a room key to your resort. This isn't strictly necessary, as you're able to access your room via the My Disney Experience app. However, that means you'll have to get your phone out, and hopefully it's actually not dead by the time you get it back to your room before you can unlock the door. You can also get a traditional key card for your room, as any standard hotel has. But what fun is that? This is Disney. Everything should be magical. With the Magic Band, you can simply tap your wrist right up to the receiver, and with a quick click, you're in. Anyone staying in that room with the Magic Band can access the room with their own band. You can also use the Magic Band as a convenient way to save your pictures from photographers at PhotoPass or Memory Maker locations. You can also use them to scan into your attractions for your Lightning Lane, Genie Plus, or virtual queue reservations that you've made with just a quick tap. Speaking of tapping, tap on that subscribe button for more Disney videos just like this. We really hope you're finding them helpful. Another useful feature of the Magic Bands are that you can link a credit card to your band so that you can pay for anything in the parks or resorts with just your Magic Band. This means you can leave behind your purse, wallet, credit card, debit card, room key also. This is actually a great feature for me and my family. Since we have 3 teenagers, we link all of our bands to our credit card, and if we get separated from our kids, they can just buy their own food and we don't have to worry about them. Now, obviously, this works if you trust your kids to not go on a massive shopping spree. And of course, we do trust our kids with this, but they are also older and mature enough to understand how this works. Some kids may not be old enough for this and shouldn't be given access anyways, so use your own judgment. You know your kids way better than I do, but it's great for us when we're at the parks. If you or someone in your party happens to lose your Magic Band, don't worry. There's a PIN number that you will set up to use when you make a purchase. So if a stranger finds your band, you won't be surprised with a bill for 45 Mickey ears and 2 dozen Dole Whips. If you do happen to lose it, just find a Guest Relations, the blue tint, and they will be able to help you out quickly with this. The original Magic Bands start out at $19.99 and then they go up depending on the popularity of the band, the character, the different Disney scenes that are on it. It really just depends on how many other people love that as well. Disney came out with a new Magic Band, the Magic Band Plus. This starts out at $34.99 for basic solid colors. At the time of creating this video, only the Magic Band Plus is currently available to purchase on the Shop Disney store. However, once you book your reservation at a Disney resort, you are able to go into the My Disney Experience app and under the Magic Band and Cards page to select your original Magic Band before heading to Disney. You can also purchase both the original and Magic Band Plus once you're at any park or Disney Springs. They usually have a really good selection at Disney Springs World of Disney at the Emporium on Main Street, USA in Magic Kingdom. But if you can purchase them before your trip, I would recommend doing so, since there will be a little bit of setup before you'll be able to use them. You can use the link in the description below to check out the selection of Magic Bands from the official Shop Disney store online. Let's talk about the new Magic Band Plus and if it's worth buying for you. There are two Magic Band versions that you can purchase currently. The original Magic Band, officially called the Magic Band 2, and now the Magic Band Plus. The Magic Band Plus has all the same features as the original Magic Band, plus a few more. With Magic Band Plus, there are more interactive things that you can do at the parks. They even come alive and light up with select nighttime spectacular shows at the parks. You can interact with 50 of your favorite characters across all of Disney World parks. Find these golden statues and wave your Magic Band Plus in front of them to interact and get different reactions from each sculpture. You can go on a special bounty hunting adventure in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, where you'll be notified of special virtual bounties via your Magic Band Plus as it lights up and vibrates to alert you with which path to take as you get closer or further away to collecting your bounty. Discover if you have what it takes to become a bounty hunter. The Magic Band Plus also has a longer lifespan than the original Magic Bands, since you can recharge the battery on the Plus. When the battery dies on the original band, you won't be able to replace it and it will lose some of the features when the battery dies. The base price of the time of recording this video for the original Magic Band is $19.99, whereas the base price for the Magic Band Plus is $34.99 when they aren't on sale. Disney often has sales and discounts on their website, so check out the Shop Disney store linked in the description below and see if they currently have any specials going on. Are Magic Bands automatically linked? Unless you've purchased your bands as a package with your resort, Magic Bands are not automatically linked to your account, which is one reason I recommend buying them and having them shipped to you before your trip starts. That way, you're all ready to go. You will have to put in the serial code from each band and enter it into your My Disney Experience app to link your band to your account. You'll also have to set up a PIN number if you want to link a credit card. You can also unlink or deactivate a Magic Band from your My Disney Experience app as well when you go to My Bands and Cards. Disney has made activating and deactivating these bands so easy and convenient in their My Disney Experience app. Are Disney Magic Bands required? Of course, Magic Bands are not required for your trip to the Disney parks. You can also get away with not buying them at all and still have a great time. But you will be missing out on some exclusive perks and fun activities with the special Disney touch, especially with the new and improved Magic Band Plus. But they are not absolutely necessary or required by Disney for you to obtain them. You can get a Key to the World plastic key card that will give you access to all touch points at the parks. This includes park entry access, lightning lane entrance, and opening your resort room. This key card does not provide features such as automatically adding PhotoPass pictures onto your account or interactive features such as having your name appear on certain rides around the parks. You can also use Magic Mobile on your phone in place of a Magic Band. Using your phone will allow you to access touch points as well as having some of the other Bluetooth services such as PhotoPass and interactive features that the Key to the World card does not provide. Also, you can use Magic Mobile in the My Disney Experience app and link it to your Apple Watch to use as your Magic Band. I haven't done this personally, even though I do have an Apple Watch, because my watch always dies before the end of the day and I wouldn't have power to use on any of the features, including some of the touch points like accessing my resort room. That could be disastrous. But it's still an option for you if you would rather use your own Apple Watch instead of a Magic Band. Are Disney Magic Bands one size? All Magic Bands are made to fit both adults and children. The straps on the Magic Bands have many slots for you to make adjustments. And for those with very little wrist, they have an outer layer that you can pull apart to make the band even smaller for a child's wrist. This is a great design as it makes it so that any style you find can fit you or anyone in your party, and it's fully adjustable for any size wrist, big or small. Some people have problems with them staying on their wrist, so I recommend buying a Magic Band security clip. You can get these, like a pack of 8 of them on Amazon for around $7. I know we've talked a little bit about this already in this video, but where can you buy Disney Magic Bands? You can purchase the new Magic Band Plus on Disney's official website, or you can buy either the original bands or Magic Bands Plus once you get into one of the parks or at Disney Springs. There's also some scattered around at some of the resorts around Disney as well. The original Magic Bands are not currently available to purchase on the Shop Disney store. Personally, I always make sure that we have our magic bands in hand and activated prior to heading out to the parks. It's tradition for us, and once we leave our house, we want them to be ready to go. Sometimes I just use an old magic band because I have my eye on one that I want to buy once I get into the parks. But I never want to get to the parks without my magic band activated and ready to go. Are magic bands for kids? Yes, magic bands are for kids too. There are many kids' designs to choose from, and they are fully adjustable to accommodate any size wrist. I know we talked about that already, but I want to make sure it's perfectly clear. And while magic bands do need to be secured to kids' wrists so they don't fall off, once you get that figured out, it is one less thing for you to pull out, to keep track of, to make sure you don't lose, which is a really big deal when you're at Disney. Are magic bands waterproof? Yes, all magic bands are fully waterproof. This means that when you're swimming in a pool, going on a water ride, or you get caught in that famous Florida rain, you will be just fine. This is one of the reasons magic bands are so great. You can head to the pool and just leave your band on, and you'll still be able to access your room and buy any food or merch without having your wallet or keys with you. It's a very convenient feature that the magic bands provide. Are Disney magic bands reusable? Magic bands are reusable. Once you link a magic band to your account, you can keep using it on your future trips to any of the Disney parks and resorts. One fun thing that we have done in the past with our retired bands is putting them in a shadow box with some of our other fun memorabilia from trips. It's a nice reminder of our fun trips and memories that we've made at Disney. Although magic bands are reusable, they are not transferable. So once you have a magic band or a magic band plus activated, you cannot transfer it to another account. That means you cannot sell your magic band to someone else online. If you have ever deactivated it on your My Disney Experience app, it still cannot be sold. It will always be linked to your account. No one else, even in your party, can use it. If you need to completely delete a band from your account, you should be able to call the Disney customer service and they can help you out with this. But Disney states that magic bands are not transferable once they have been activated. How long are magic bands good for? Disney says that the battery in the original magic bands have about a 2-year life. However, I have some old magic bands older than that, and we've used them and they've worked just fine for us. You just want to make sure that the battery doesn't die while you're at the parks. However, even if the battery does die on an old magic band that you have brought to Disney, all touch points should still work, including entry to the parks, scanning into attractions, and opening resort rooms. Technology used in a magic band is RFID technology, and it doesn't require a functioning battery to work properly. What won't work on an old magic band with a dead battery are things that you use with Bluetooth, such as the interaction ride elements that put your name on a screen, or automatically linking PhotoPass pictures to your account. I recommend having the front desk scan and test your bands when you check in so that you know everyone is good to go when it's time to hit the parks. Also, don't throw away those old magic bands just because they've hit the 2-year mark. They can still be so useful. If you're interested, I'll make another video on how you can use your phone to test your magic band to check and see if it still works, and some other fun things that you can do with it to activate features on your mobile phone. Subscribe and comment below if you're interested to know about these things. Are Disney magic bands rechargeable? The Magic Band Plus has a rechargeable internal battery that you recharge using the included 6-inch charging cable that comes with it. The battery lasts anywhere from 1 to 3 days, depending on how much it's used throughout the day before it needs recharging. I recommend just charging it every night just to be safe, since you won't be using it while you sleep. If the battery dies on you, it would basically turn into an original magic band, so you can still use it at any touch points like scanning into the parks, tapping into Lightning Lane reservations, and using it to purchase food and merchandise. The original magic band contains a single-use battery only, meaning once the battery dies in the original magic band, it cannot be recharged. So with the original magic bands, they do not require you to charge them at all. You just won't get the extra features that come with the Magic Band Plus. Now again, Disney's official policy, or what they officially say, is that the battery in the original magic bands has about a 2-year life. However, I do have some old magic bands older than that, and we've used them and they've worked fine. You just want to make sure that the battery doesn't die while you're at the parks. But again, even if it does die, it's not the end of the world. You can still use it at all the touch points, like getting into the park, entry lanes to Lightning Lane or any ride, Genie Plus reservations, and opening your resort room. Okay, we know Disney Magic Bands work inside the parks and opening resort rooms. But do they work outside the parks? Actually, yes, they do. Magic Bands work at all the resorts on Disney World property, giving you access to purchase merchandise, food and beverage, and of course, accessing your room as a key card. Magic Bands also work at Disney Springs as well as participating retailers. There are so many shops at Disney Springs, and most of them accept Magic Bands as payments. Also, something to note is that the original Magic Bands from Disney World will not work at Disneyland, but the Magic Band Plus will work at the Walt Disneyland in California as well as Walt Disney World in Orlando. One question I hear a lot are there better Magic Band options at the parks? Yes, there are options to purchase both the original Magic Bands and Magic Band Plus at all theme parks, Disney Springs, and resorts. At all of these places, you will find many different styles and themes and characters, many that you cannot find online. Disney Springs has some great Magic Band options, especially at World of Disney. Also, the Emporium on Main Street, USA at Magic Kingdom has some of my favorite Magic Bands as well. So, if you get to Disney and find a band you cannot live without, snatch it up, quickly activate it to your My Disney Experience app, and use it for the rest of your trip. Magic Bands are a unique and special way to discover the Disney parks and resorts. If it's written into your budget, I highly recommend using them to fully experience Disney parks the way that they are intended to be experienced. At the very least, the kids will really enjoy using them to tap into the entrance to each parks, scanning into Lightning Lane entrances at all attractions, and unlocking their resort rooms and much, much more. I hope this has helped you get to know Disney's Magic Bands and their features a little bit better. If you have any questions or anything that I've missed, please let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos. Until next time, Seekers, let's just keep seeking the magic together.